Think about the last time you drove a car. You get in, you turn the wheel, and this massive, heavy machine just goes exactly where you point it. It's something we do without a second thought. But was it always that simple? Let's dig in.
So, what are we really talking about when we say steering? Well, at its core, it's just the way we control the direction of the car. It's the whole system that takes the little movement you make with your hands on the wheel and turns it into the big movement of the wheels on the asphalt.
But here's the thing. Was it always so effortless, so featherlight? The answer to that is a big, resounding no. The story of how we got from wrestling with the wheel to today's fingertip control is actually a pretty amazing journey of engineering. All right, let's go way back to the very first cars. We're talking about a time when driving was, well, a full-body workout. There was no power steering, no help, nothing. It was just you, a heavy machine, and a whole lot of muscle.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. Turning the wheel while the car was just sitting there, a Herculean task. It's no joke. If you've ever tried to park an old car without power steering, you know exactly what this feels like. It was a genuine feat of strength just to make a simple turn.
So, with this massive physical challenge, what do? Well, the early engineers were brilliant. They came up with two really clever, purely mechanical ways to get the job done. These systems weren't about making it easy, mind you, but they made it possible to control these beasts. And here are the two big players. On one side, you've got rack and pinion. This is the one you'll find in most modern cars. It's more direct, it's lighter, and it gives you a better feel for the road. On the other side is the old-school workhorse, the recirculating ball system. It's not as precise, but it is incredibly tough and robust, which is why you still see it in big trucks and heavy-duty vehicles.
But the real leap forward, the invention that changed everything and probably saved millions of sore arms and shoulders, was power steering. This wasn't just a small step, it was a total revolution that made driving accessible to pretty much everyone. And you know what's wild? The idea for power steering was patented way back in 1926, but it kind of sat on the shelf for a while. It actually took World War II to really push the tech forward because they needed it to steer massive armored vehicles. After the war, it finally made its way into a passenger car in 1951, and from there, it just took off. So as power steering became the new standard, this helping hand technology kind of forked into two different paths. You had the classic hydraulic systems, and then later, the new kid on the block, electric systems. For decades, hydraulic steering was king. It uses a pump that's constantly running off the engine, but that's the catch. It's always drawing power, which isn't very efficient. Electric power steering, on the other hand, is much smarter. An electric motor only kicks in when you actually turn the wheel. That efficiency boost is why pretty much every new car has it, and it's what makes all those cool modern features like lane assist and self-parking even possible.
Okay, so we've gone from pure muscle to hydraulic help to smart electric assistance. Where do we go from there? Well, what if I told you the next step is to get rid of the physical connection between the steering wheel and the actual wheels? Completely. Yep, we're cutting the cord. Just think about that for a second. For over 100 years, there has always been a solid metal shaft connecting your hands to the road. This new idea, steer-by-wire, just throws that all out the window. Instead of a mechanical link, your steering commands travel as a digital signal. So how on earth does that work? Well, when you turn the wheel, sensors measure exactly how much you turned it. That gets converted into a digital signal that's sent by wire to a control unit. That unit then tells a motor at the wheels exactly how to turn. And get this, to make sure it doesn't feel weird and disconnected, another motor sends feedback back to the steering wheel, so you still get that road feel. It's all happening in milliseconds. And the advantages here are pretty huge. Designers can do all sorts of new things with car interiors. It's safer because you don't have a steering column aimed at the driver. But really, the absolute biggest deal is this. Steer-by-wire is a fundamental building block for fully autonomous self-driving cars. You have to have it. So, after this incredible journey from pure mechanics to complex computer code, you have to wonder, what's next? What does the road ahead look like for the simple act of turning a car? When you step back and look at the whole picture, it's really a story about making driving easier, safer, and a whole lot smarter. We went from that Herculean task that took all your strength to the intelligent microchips that are doing the work for us today. Which leaves us with a really big question. As our physical connection to the road literally turns into a stream of data, what does that mean for the future of being a driver? It's definitely something to think about the next time you get behind the wheel and make that easy, effortless turn.